made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Passar University, where you stand for what matters.
Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens. In-depth discussions on the day's top stories. Live reporter checkings from across the country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at PTV2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway, because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter.
Welcome to News Flash on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. We're coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110 and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Now let's take a look at the stories making headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has condemned the Kalumbila mob killing and called on the church to strengthen partnerships in a bid to promote peace. Fire guards Chingola's dragon mat and destroys property worth thousands of kwacha. CSOs urge ECZ to publish constituent detail. My name is Rhoda Mlenga. Let's start the news with an update from the Copper Belt. President Hakainde Hichilema has reaffirmed the government's commitment to working with the church to strengthen community awareness and promote values that safeguard human life. This comes after the president condemned the recent mob killing in Kisasa area of Kalumbila district, describing it as inhuman and unacceptable. Speaking when he met the Luansha Ministers' Fellowship, President Hichilema added that the incident was a tragic example of how unverified information and emotional reactions can escalate into violence. He noted that the spread of unverified information and emotional reactions can easily escalate into violence if communities are not guided by values of truth, restraint, and accountability. The head of state emphasized that such acts not only do they destroy lives, but also destabilize families and weaken the moral standing of society. Meanwhile, Wansha Ministers' Fellowship Chairperson Ranwell Piri described the taking of life based on allegations as a serious moral failure, while Bishop Radi Lewila of the Copperbelt Christians Ministers Consultative Forum pledged the church's continued role in promoting peace. Still on the Copper Belt, but on a sad note, goods worth thousands of kwacha have been destroyed after a fire swept through Yongfa Dragon Mat, a Chinese-owned business located in Chingola town center. The incident occurred in the early hours of today, around 02 hours, and the cause of the fire remains unknown. Copperbelt Province Police Commanding Officer Mwala Yui confirmed that the fire was reported to Chingola Central Police by an anonymous caller around 02:20 hours. More details in this report.
fire has reduced goods worth thousands of kwacha to ashes at Young Fire Dragon Mart in Chingola district. Flames are swept across the entire shop, leaving nothing but destruction and ashes. The Chinese owners stood frozen in shock, their faces covered with despair as they watched their livelihood go up in smoke. Workers stood alongside with worry, fearing for their jobs.
For the bad thing that has happened, it will affect a lot of people, like more especially us workers. It will affect us because one, we will not have our jobs, and we don't know how we are going to survive. Yeah, more especially bad things to the bosses here, because they have lost a lot of things there, as you can see there. There's a lot of staffs there, close to millions or maybe billions there. So,
Ward Councillor for Chingola Central, Frank Makumelo, is saddened and called for more water points within the town.
I just want to appeal to our colleagues from Mulonga that we need to have more of the water points within town center. Now that Chingola is growing, it's becoming big, so we need to have more of the water points whereby the fire engines, whenever they run out of water, they quickly draw the water from within town center. I think that can help us going forward, that now Chingola is becoming big. I also want to say we are devastated because now this is a business where our own Zambians were employed. So this means that they are likely that our own Zambians will be laid off.
Firefighters from Chingola Municipal Council, Kitwe City Council and Mufulira worked tirelessly to contain the blaze, describing the situation as tense.
Even as that now, we are still investigating the cause because the intensity of the fire could show that it's a Mount Road shop which carries a lot of things inside. So the fire was intense. There is paint, there's a lot of things that are expellants, which can make the fire to go very far.
Meanwhile, Chingola residents have described the situation as unfortunate.
Yeah, so also as a citizen of Chingola, we are saddened of what has just transpired. We value the private sector. You know, not only are we customers, we also value them because they've created employment. And when such things happen, it means it's not only the goods that have been lost, but also our young men and women would have lost employment.
And Kobod Province, our Police Commanding Officer Mwalayui has confirmed the incident, as saying the cause of the fire has not yet been established. Reporting for Prime TV News, Diarra Kitiamba in Chingola District, Kobod Province.
And now back in Lusaka, Joanne Msabila reports that participants at the Center for Policy Dialogue roundtable on the proposed constitutional amendment process have called on the Electoral Commission of Zambia to release the list of new constituencies along with their justifications before publication in the Government Gazette scheduled for April 15th, 2026. Speaking during a media briefing on behalf of a consortium of civil society organizations, Zambia Council for Social Development Executive Director Leah Mitaba expressed concern that the delimitation process could be susceptible to bias, potentially giving undue advantage to the ruling party in the allocation of the proposed 70 additional constituencies. Ms. Mitaba states that early publication of the constituency list will allow for public scrutiny and feedback, helping to dispel any perceptions.
With stakeholders weighing in on what and what not should be done ahead of the 2026 general elections, and a consortium of civil society organizations which attended the Center for Policy Dialogue CPD roundtable on the constitutional amendment has made recommendations on what they deem fit in the ongoing process.
Given the short time frame remaining before the nomination of candidates, authorities involved in the delimitation exercise may be tempted to use gerrymandering to give undue advantage to the ruling party relative to other political. Call upon the ECZ to release the list of new constituencies and justification of their creation ahead of the April 15, 2026 deadline to allow reactions from members of the public.
Matters surrounding the proportional representations, PR, were also raised with concerns while making recommendations.
There are still many things that can be done before the elections. or there are things that people should start looking at, because our Zambian society needs to be
about the survey, that it was so close to the elections and it may have been designed to favor the public power.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia is conducting the delimitation process, which will be followed by nominations, campaigns, and later voting day on August 13th, 2026, as enshrined in the Constitution. Joanne Savila, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Let's move to Luapula Province. Lubansenshi Member of Parliament Kabwe Chewe says Luwingu District has the potential to transform its economic status due to its strategic location and the development projects expected in the area. Speaking in an interview with PTV2 News, Mr. Chewe revealed that there is growing interest from investors in the agriculture and mining sectors, which he says could significantly boost the district's economy once the investments materialize. The lawmaker also disclosed that through the Constituency Development Fund, a modern bus station is currently under construction. More details in this report.
Luwingu District in Northern Province is gradually taking shape in terms of development, with Lubansenshi Member of Parliament Kabwe Chewe highlighting a number of ongoing and planned projects aimed at transforming the district's economic outlook.
We have also another company by the name of Datong Farms Limited. This is a company which is granted with the 25,000 hectares within Chiefdom. This company, they will start growing rice on a large scale for local consumption and export. And come April or May, they will start employing some people. Big buses that are coming from Lusaka, Copper Belt, Mpurungu, Nakonde, when they come to Luwingu to do like, or when they are passing to other provinces or districts or towns, you'll find that there are a lot of businesses that this bus station is going to create, including revenue correction by the Luwingu Town Council. Apart from that, we have Rungu Sombo Chaba Road. I'm happy that even the President, Dr. Hakainde Hichilema, through the Minister of Infrastructure, has assured the people of Ruansenshi, the people of Chirubi, the people of Lupososhi, that this road is going to be also worked on by putting up a tarmac. So these are some of the things, big things that we are doing. If you go to Tungat right now, under RIA, Rural Electrification Authority, we have pushed 40 kilometers where by probably April this year, we are going to commission that line, meaning that the people of Tungati, the people of Chivofwe, the people of Kuta and other surrounding areas, they will be connected to national grid.
The lawmaker further disclosed that Luwingu District is also projected to record progress in the mining sector.
And so here in Rubansesh constituency, I'm confirming that we have already 3 companies that have come to do the mining. At the moment, they are doing some exploration. So these 3 major mining companies that we are anticipating in Rubansenshi, once everything is concluded in terms of understanding what type of exact minerals are there, definitely Rubansenshi, Chilubi constituency or Chilubi district, Lukasha and other districts that surround Rubansenshi will not be the same.
Mr. Chewe has since urged residents to support the development agenda and take advantage of the opportunities that will come with the projects. Pasco Mukabira, Prime TV News, in Luwingu District, Northern Province.
And our senior reporter, Oswald Kafwanka, reports that Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwitwa, says the government remains committed to supporting the growth of the public relations sector in Zambia and across Africa. He says this commitment is demonstrated through the establishment of the Zambia Institute of Public Relations and Communication, which has been given a legal mandate to expand its operations. Speaking during a courtesy call by the African Public Relations Association, Mr. Mwitwa has acknowledged an invitation extended to President Hakainde Hichilema to speak at the Public Relations Forum to be held in Abuja, Nigeria. Meanwhile, APRA President Arik Karani says the conference, scheduled for November 2026, is significant as it promotes a shift in communication from merely reporting stories to adapting solution-oriented communication.
President HH, in responding to your call in Mombasa, inviting him to the World Public Relations Forum in Abuja, graciously accepted the invitation and was honored and humbled that you could consider him to be a keynote speaker at that particular very important global forum. So the government of the Republic of Zambia, under the able leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, is committed to continuing to support the growth of the public relations and communications sector in this country and therefore on the continent. This is exemplified by this country's move to have the Zambian Public Relations and Communications Institute be legislated at law. And therefore, the existence of ZIPRAC is now a recognition and creature of the law. That is to give them the necessary legal identity and ability to expand their mandate.
When you look at other shifts that we are having in Africa at the moment, we are having the rise of independent creators, content creators that are really shaping narratives as we also seek to find African solutions to African problems. And we also find a way of having responsible communication and using it as a voice for Africa to tell its story.
And that item ends the news flash on Prime TV2. Let's take a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has condemned the Kalumbila mob killing and called on the church to strengthen partnership in a bid to promote peace. Fire guts Chingola's dragon mat and destroys property with thousands of kwacha. CSOs urge ECZ to publish constituency list early amid fairness concerns. Thank you so much for staying with us, but for these and other stories, do like our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news and production crew, my name is Rhoda Mlenga. Stay tuned.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens.
What if you're not away?
In-depth discussions of the day's top stories. Live reporter checkings from across the country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at PTV2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.